All right, we are going to be talking about this Venezuelan apartment takeover that happened in Aurora, Colorado. Okay, because it is a mess over there. You have migrants, illegals, coming over demanding you pay them rent. They're not even supposed to be here and they're not the landlord. Let's go and get this video played. One you had to do that was smoking. What was that about? Seven dudes? Seven dudes. One got, at least one got an automatic. Rest of them got the handguns, probably 9 millimeter. Um, but I'm looking, or 45. But I'm looking and I'm like, oh, this is bad. You just got extortion going on and possible murder if you say no, I'm not giving you money. I mean, I don't recommend doing that. Guys with guns say, hey Alex, I need that purse you got. Here you go. I'm not about to die on that. I could go close out the credit cards, check charge, and all the other stuff. Okay, I got other ways that I could prove my identity, prove I am who I am, freeze all my cards and everything. But you can't get your life back. Okay, so you will have to cooperate, not unless you want to take on seven dudes with a whole bunch of guns. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh. So, how did this come to be? We have the filtration of guns in America. Okay. So, that's one. That's a huge issue. Also, what the United States have been doing to these other countries that be making them as poor as they are. Okay. So, that's also another thing. But what about that open? What is that thing called again? We got the borders by Texas and it goes to some of the other southern states. What is that? It's the open border policy that's just letting anybody come into America. They don't care what you do. They are getting flown from wherever they coming from here. And they have an app. I'm not making this shit. Sorry, not making this up. They have an app where they could pick where they want to go. Hey, I'm on this plane. I want to go to let's go to Chicago. Even though it got so crazy, it was this Venezuelan dude. He was, I gotta go back to Venezuela. And they were like, why? You want to come to the States? You're in the States. In Chicago. He said, it's getting cold. Yes, that's what happens in Chicago. It's cold majority of the time over there. Okay, that's what happens in Illinois. I'm from Illinois. I know how cold it gets over there. Okay, and yes, you will be -10 on some years. Okay. That's what made the whole Jussie Smollett thing so crazy. Because I was in Champaign. And I'm like, okay, I'm about 3 hours, I'm 2 hours actually away from Chicago. I'm like, well, if it's -20 or -18, whatever here, I know it's cold over there. So how could any of this have even happened? Because it don't make sense, but let's get into this next thing that I have. So I'm actually going to show you this because I'm going to have a video right after it and I want to kind of end with that. But it says Chantel Lewis, this is from TikTok. Chantel Lewis, Denver City Council member, appears to play dumb about migrant gangs taking over her city. The governor has also yet to say anything. Now, this was as of the 30th, which was 2 days ago from my recording now. All right, so this is her. All right. And here we go. Someone says, when will you hold a press conference to address Venezuelan gangs in our city? She says gangs, what do you mean? That's what she was referring to or that's what this page was referring to as to acting dumb, okay? It's because you're making it seem like there's no crime going on, but it is what's going on, all right? But I want to actually go and look at this dang broadcast here.
Aurora, Colorado. Mayor, thank you very much for coming on with us. It seems it's tough to even get some confirmation of the details of what is going on there. First off, can you confirm whether or not this gang has taken over these buildings there in Aurora?
So there are several buildings actually under the same ownership, out-of-state ownership, that have fallen to these Venezuelan gangs. I'm trying to walk it back and do the investigation as to how there's a concentration of Venezuelans in these three buildings. Somebody put them there, and somebody funded it. Whether it's federal government or not, we're trying to find out who. These gangs apparently are attracted to where there's a concentration of Venezuelan migrants, and so they've in fact have kind of pushed out the property management through intimidation, and then collected the rents.
Hey, hold up. We are going to rewind that. The migrants, illegal migrants, who were not supposed to be here migrants because they're not legal, pushed out property management so that they could then take over? We can't make this up, honey.
Have kind of pushed out the property management through intimidation, and then collected the rents. We have now, or have had, it is ongoing operations with a task force of local law enforcement, state law enforcement partners, and federal law enforcement partners to root them out. And arrests have been made, but these operations are still ongoing.
With the arrests that have been made, are these confirmed gang-affiliated members?
You know, this is an organized criminal effort. Whether it's Tren de Aragua, that remains to be seen. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, if they're Venezuelan migrants and they're conducting crime in an organized manner, they're a problem.
So you're able to confirm that this Venezuelan gang has indeed taken over at least some of the buildings. You're saying at least two of the three. And what I just heard from you is you don't know how they ended up there. And you even made a suggestion that they could have been sent there by federal officials. I heard you suggest. Well, I mean, do you have any reason to believe that to be the case?
So here's the problem. I think we're a victim of a failed policy at the southern border because.
And what does that mean? A victim of a failed policy at the southern border. We all know where he's talking about. Just letting people just come in. What do you think is going to happen? You're not vetting any of these people. If I have to go through a background check to get a job, but this person who's not even legally here doesn't have to get any kind of background check, documentation, nothing, you could just come here?
What you have, Venezuela does not according to my law enforcement, Venezuela does not cooperate with the United States in sharing criminal histories. You've had a third of the country leave. You've had these massive waves of migrants coming across the border that many of them crossed the border illegally, were arrested, asked for political asylum, were not adequately vetted, were released into the country. The city of Aurora, we did everything we could to quite frankly keep them out of the city because it's not our problem. This is a federal problem. This is a problem borne by the federal government. But what we're trying to find out, and what I believe occurred, was that federal agencies worked with some of our local nonprofits and put them there. Now, most of these people are very good people. But there's a criminal element that, from what I understand, what law enforcement has briefed me, that often follows them, intends to exploit them within their own migrant community. And so We believe that that is happening now. Now, we're the 51st largest city in America with over 400,000 in population. This is only several apartment complexes.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I'm not going to surrender any.
It doesn't matter if it was 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter. You're saying, oh, it's only seven. It's only. It doesn't matter if it was 1. It's the fact that these are people who this is American soil. The American government is supposed to be protecting and helping their people out. Yeah, you may say, oh, there's people out there. Yeah, but you're supposed to be protecting. You're just letting anybody come in, and you just think that that's okay. You're not vetting. You nothing. I don't need to know anything. Just come in. And you think that's okay. Okay. But shouldn't you be making sure that your people are okay? Well, we ain't gonna get into that.
Any part of this city to a criminal element.
With all due respect, it's no longer, just in the hands of the feds when you've got, we've heard reports that this gang has green-lighted its members to attack your local police. What are you doing about that, Mayor?
Well, we're aware of that in the Denver Metro.
Real quick, how about deport them, arrest them? Oh, okay. Anytime, if you see a cop, beat him up. How about I give you 50 years in prison or life? Or I don't know, I could just get you out of this country. Why are we so adamant? I know why, but why are we so adamant to letting these people be here when they're not legal? I don't care about immigration or migration, whatever you want to call it. I don't care about immigration when it's done legally. If I want to go to Germany, I keep bringing up Germany because I want to go to Germany. Yeah, I want to go to Hamburg, Germany. But if I want to go to Germany, I have to have my passport correct, which I do and everyone should. But anyways, but if I got to go to Germany, I need to have a passport. I can't get past TSA without the passport. So I guess I'm confused as to why you think you don't have to follow any of this stuff. Background checks, nah. You don't think you get a job, nothing. You don't think nothing. You don't think you need to do anything. And then you come into the country, and then you're terrorizing its citizens. You're threatening people. You got the landlords. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Where's the cops? There's no National Guard. We don't have that now. All of a sudden, they're just unavailable. Are they all on vacation in perpetuity? What's going on? So then you don't use them. Okay. Do we got some Army people? We can't. No Marines. No Navy. Nothing. No Air Force. We don't. Nobody is around to help. This is why it's been going around on Twitter that people are saying no one will help you, because that's what it is. You're you're alone in this. The police are like, they said they'll kill me. What? They said they'll injure me. I can't get injured. This is your job. You know what I mean? And it just seems like people are being ordered not to. Let's finish this.
Metropolitan area that there are elements of Tren de Aragua here, and so we're in terms of how our police operate, the tactics, what they're doing to protect themselves is our number one priority.
Yeah, let me know what you think down below about this whole thing, and let me know what you think about what you just heard, because there was a lot of this at the end when she started asking, okay, well, what about this? They over here threatening to kill y'all. What you gonna do about it? I could, but you just don't really. Let me know what y'all think. Hello. I would greatly appreciate it if you can actually support my little small business called Latrice Limited. it is on latricelimited.com. So as you can see right here, I actually sell candles and a wide variety of other items as well. This is my big forehead, okay? But I actually want to show you just a couple of different items that I do sell. This is actually going to be a part of my soap collection that I have. As you can see, I have a variety of different soaps on here. I actually have 2 pages worth of soaps. And everything is handmade, okay, natural, clean ingredients as well. You can also see right here, these are my candles, all right? They're all handmade, everything. Vanilla, sweet roses, sage and vanilla and sweet roses are actually my favorite scents that I do have. I also have a few other items on here. I'm actually going to go and show you all the bath bombs that I do have. As you all can see, there's eucalyptus and sage, sweet pea harmony, and so many more. And then we're just going to finish off on the gift sets that I have. There's a variety of them, from like the big ones like this for $45, and then you have some of the smaller ones, and you have these itty bitty ones down here that includes essential oil blends. Definitely shop with your girl. Definitely help your girl out. I would greatly appreciate it. This is like my little baby over here, okay? I would greatly appreciate it, and enjoy.